What if we could allow ourselves to start before we're ready? What if the beginning of a brand new adventure did not have to be perfect? So I want to invite you to start a journey with me. My name is Pedro Bonatto. This is episode 0 of Wanderings. I've been traveling non-stop for the past 5 years. I have so many stories to tell, and I was trying to find the right moment, the right episode to start perfectly. So let's try not to do that, and we start where we are, here in Lublin. So Lublin is a city in Poland that has been around for at least 700 years, and it's possible that there have been people living in this area for almost 2,000 years. It's a fascinating place. And I'm here on a completely unrelated project, but if we pay attention to the place where we are, we'll find all sort of hidden connections that we never thought had anything to do with us. But if we allow ourselves to be explorers and to see a place with new eyes, with curiosity, we'll find almost every time that that place has something to teach us. And here's an example. For example, this is the Krakow gates here in Lublin. And these are gates to the old town. And they would serve as an important structure on the routes between Poland, between Krakow and a city in Lithuania. One of the things as an artist, as a traveler that I learned is that you have to pay attention to what has your attention over time. And when you travel, you see certain things that may be invisible to most people, but they'll have a deep personal connection to you. And in my case, it's about gates. It's about these portals. It's about these places that are both for blocking the entrance, but also to protect what's there. So I think it's so cool for us to take moments wherever we are to get in contact with what's truly important to us. And my goal is to connect cultures around the world to make sure that our shared inspiration and creation over thousands of years can be reshared, remixed. And there is something about gates, about portals that is related to that. It's part of my exploration, it's part of Wanderings. And this was a route, a trading route. And that's why this city still exists and has so many other hidden gems that I want to show you. I have always been obsessed with ethnic fashion and world music. So I left a government job in Brazil to become a fashion photographer and a musician in Canada. But eventually I caught the wandering bug. And for the past 5 years, I have been creating projects in Cambodia, India, Egypt, Ukraine, about personal transformation through art and travel. Wanderings was a big vision, but how to make it come to life? As I walk the streets of Lublin, I kept thinking of these two concepts. One from Jung, that he said that we live between two worlds, one dead, one incapable of being born. And the other idea, slightly less depressing, is one from Steven Pressfield, which is to start before you're ready. And for this, we'll have to go to church. Little aside, while we walk to the church, I really enjoy when you see art randomly that reinvents a city in a fun way. And I'm sure that will be of importance for us later. For now, we're almost there. So there you go. That's the church we're visiting today. In the 13th century, there used to be a church right here that today it's only ruins. And I wanted to come here because, in a way, my journey has been frozen in time. Like this church, it exists in memory, in imagination, but not in reality. It's as if you wanted to build a cathedral and you had to start with a perfect foundation stone. And so I started doing the one episode, the thing that would actually make the whole series work. When I walk into this place, I think of how it used to be, of the people that decided to build it, to make this place a place of meaning for them. And in a way that gives me hope. I feel I'm stuck in the ruins of my not even built church yet, a cathedral in potential, a castle in the sky. And what if I did not have to have the foundation stone as the first stone? What if I had to put one after another? You see, I like to create art in different styles. I like to create photos, videos, music, installation, writing. Ideas are not what's missing, and I don't even have a problem starting over and over and over and over again. My problem is finishing and delivering, putting the stars in the sky where they belong. And it was not a problem of discipline, because I do finish work when it is for my clients and the people I care about. But why not for myself? It's like you're waiting for permission to build what you wanted and show the process of making it. When you put yourself in that situation, the next project must be even bigger, even more perfect. So you create a ritual of avoidance, of false hope. So you delay, you refine, you complicate, and you wait. You wait for that perfect first step, the one that can wash away all your sins. It sounds wise, but it does keep you still. Because that first step must represent the whole vision. It must honor the past, justify the delay, protect you from regret, and impress an imaginary future audience. That's not a first step. That's a trial. What if there was a better way, playfully hiding in the corner? Okay, so Lublin has this funny new tradition that they have these goats all over the town. They're like these bronze sculptures. Right now during winter, they very funnily put a little scarf around them. Each one has a name, each one has their own reputation, and they all have a presence in mythology, and they have goats are very important in the symbology of the beginning of the city. It is said that during one of the many invasions that Lublin had, that I think it was with the Tatars in the 13th century, some of the kids went to the mountains and they hid, and what got them through was a single she-goat that gave them milk, and it has all sorts of mythological symbols in the city. It is part of their coat of arms. And then they decided to make it as a very, let's say, funny and cute new tradition in the city. In a city that has endured Russian invasions, Nazis, and a lot of destruction. And it found a way to keep their humor about it. And one of the things that was missing in my work is fun, the spontaneity of creating things, of spreading them around the world. And this was very inspirational for me. Maybe the solution, what Lublin was trying to tell me, was to don't take it too seriously. So then I came back home and I invented what I called the Lublin Protocols. And it's 3 rules. The first is you start where you are. The second is it must be intrinsically fun. And the third is you work on what is difficult for you. Let me show you how this works in my example. Okay, so let's apply the Lublin Protocols. Lesson 1, you start where you are. In my case, it's literally where I am, which is the Lauka residencies here in Lublin. And I found a book here that is called Lauka. And I discovered it's called The Doll. This is a book that is like very important in Poland. Everybody reads this when they're in school, or at least maybe try to read it when they're in school. There's even a movie from 1968 that I ended up watching with my wife. Very cool movie, very interesting. And this is what I'm saying about start where you are. I'm literally here, and even the writings behind me are actually from the manuscript from the writer for this book. And one cool thing that I discovered about this that I thought was so like, I don't know, almost like destiny, that was, he actually wrote this book in sections. So by 2, 3, 4 years, I think, as parts of a newspaper. So like every week, a new chapter would come. And I thought that was kind of a cool, interesting thing. So second, make it intrinsically fun. I actually had a lot of fun planning the series, recording all this footage, creating these photographs, creating music, doing all these things that I've been doing for the last 5 years. The part that was not fun was actually finishing and publishing. And the way to make it fun for me is to make it into chapters that each week I'm going to talk about different things, and they'll come out when they come out. And I can talk about where I am, and that makes it fun, because to me, the thing that is inspiring me right now are goats and this. And the third one, which is to focus on what is difficult for you. In my case, it is the actual finishing of publishing something imperfect, because I know it can be better, I know it can be more powerful, I know I can add music, I know I can have B-roll, I know I can add all sorts of things. And if you look in your life, there will be something, usually the thing, of course, you're avoiding the most, that is the thing you need to do. In my case, is to publish a video. So if you're watching this, it's because at least this moment, this dragon has been beaten. So let's keep going. A little detail here, live. My gimbal got busted. So I'm adding a provisionary 4th rule for the Lublin Protocol. Technical excuses are just excuses. As I walked through the streets of Lublin again, I couldn't help but notice a similarity of my position with that guy on the tightrope. To me, it is like, in a way, from one side, I had the artwork in the future, forever in a state of potential. And on the other, an incomplete artist, a person trying to figure out even where to live in this world. And that balance, because those two things were so further away, took the balance out of me. And then in a way, this makes the art live with the artist. So let's see where it goes. And now I have to deal with the real fear. What if I make a fool of myself? What if not only this is not interesting, but I'm actually wrong, and I should actually take some time and come up with the perfect plan? What if the thesis of Start Before You're Ready is wrong? There is only one way to find out, and that is to be in the arena, even if you are the only one there. So it was time to walk through the gates and begin my wanderings and see what other portals might be out there. And yes, I'm walking around the city at -10 with just one glove and now big heavy tripod, all to entertain you people. But I gotta show you a very cool thing that they have here in Lublin that I'd love to show you. It's amazing. Okay, so here it is. This is a very cool project that they have here in Lublin and in a couple other cities around the world. Actually, even in Brazil, they have one of these. It's a portal. Right now, you can see people in another city. I think this one's in Lithuania, and it's a live feed, so they can... Hello! They can see us and we can see them, and we can interact around the world. And this has very much to do with wanderings with my project. So, oh, the girls are... No, that's funny. Anyway, so ways of interacting with people around the world, shot handheld in this case, because I don't have my gimbal anymore. Anyway, it's... I don't really know what to say about this. I have so many aspirations to do a project like this, but involving music, involving performance across different places. Again, I'm just presenting to you ideas and things that I've been working throughout the years. And now I want to take you with me on that. Oh, obelisk. Ironically enough, I'll be in Cairo next week, so I'll meet you there. So here's what I learned in this trip to Lublin, in this process of starting before you're ready. There is no perfect first step. There is only the first honest step. And that step has to be taken where you are. My name is Pedro Bonatto. This has been Wanderings, episode 0. Next time I will see you in Cairo. And until then, I invite you to follow your curiosity, go make pretty things and share them with the world.